What's up, guys? It's Billy here, and we are at Missouri Comic-Con, and I'm standing with Mr. Lucas Grabeel. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Awesome. And we're in Springfield, which is kind of your backyard, right?
It is. It's my hometown where I was born and raised. It's crazy to be back here and to see the convention world take over my hometown, which is two of my, things that make me me, convulging together, which is great.
That's awesome. I know I mentioned earlier today that my own personal loves, sci-fi stuff, musicals, boom, and you're in both of these franchises, these universes out here. And so for you, what's it been like, knowing that you're a part of all these different things that bring so many people joy over the years, man?
It's been I've been so lucky and so fortunate to have so many projects that are meaningful, not only to myself, but to others, with the obvious High School Musical being such a worldwide phenomenon. But, I grew up with superheroes and Superman and Batman, and to be in Smallville was such a great thing. And, being in Switched at Birth, being able to highlight, ASL and the deaf culture to the world was also such an important thing. And that's why coming to conventions is so great, because I get to meet these people and personally hear these stories and see that validation of what our storytelling does out in the world, which is great.
That's awesome. That has to be such a rewarding feeling, just getting that feedback from all these people.
It is. It is. Sometimes you feel like a bit of a court jester when you're an actor, and to hear the personal stories, it makes it real. And I know from my own life, movies and music have saved me, and so I know how much it means to me, and to see how much it means to other people is such a great full circle thing.
That's awesome. You've also done a handful of animated stuff. What was it like doing characters like Pinky Malinky and things like that?
Pinky Malinky is one of my favorite jobs ever, period. Animation is my favorite thing. If I had to make a deal with the devil and never step foot on a set before again, but only do animation, I would be totally fine with it, because there's just nothing better than hanging out in a studio and making silly voices. So yeah, that and Family Guy and Robot Chicken. I've just gotten to do so many cool things. I pinch myself every day. I feel very lucky.
That's awesome. Well, hey, before we wrap this up, any words of wisdom you'd want to say to a bunch of young kids out there aspiring for similar things?
I think what's really important, especially today, is that we think about others. And a lot of times when we are going on an artist journey, we are thinking about ourselves a lot. And compassion is something that is missing. And I think we all need to just look out a little bit and see when other people are feeling, and listen. And I think being a good person makes you a better artist, and always learning, never saying no to anything, learning new experiences, learning how to learn better. That's it's just so important. The last thing we need is another dumb artist out in the
Right.
world. And I say artist, I really mean actor.
Sure. Awesome.
But yeah.
Well, hey, man, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Any last minute words?
Yeah, I wanted to give a special shout out to Bonner Springs High School, especially Charlie Taylor. I know you're a big fan of High School Musical, and I want to thank you for all your support over the years. So
Awesome.
love you guys.
Thanks, man.
You got it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.